exercise, teaching her to move her feet away from pressure, is yielding her hindquarters. So I need to be able to yield her hindquarters 360 degrees around her front end. And she takes that left hind and crosses over her right hind. She's pivoting on her front inside foot as she's going around. And then I stand up and rub her. So the difference between me using this stick to desensitize her versus me using this stick to sensitize her feet, actually move her feet, is my body language. I lean down towards her, and I'm actually facing her like a predator, like I'm going to eat her if she doesn't move. She gets a little stuck, so I just give her a little tap, and then once she gets it, then I'll stand up and rub her. Good girl. Then rub her. Then ask her again. Ask her to move with my body first, and then my stick, I'm just tapping my stick towards her hip. And then once she does it correctly, I'll stand up and rub her. Horses have two sides of the brain, so we have to do both sides. Ask her this way. Lean down towards her hip. Good girl. Stand up and rub her. That means stop. There you go. Then I also need to be able to back my horse away from pressure. In this case, back my pony away from pressure. So I have a couple different methods I use to back them up. This method is called the crisscross. Crisscross my arms towards her. As I walk, she can walk in back up in circles, straight lines, zigzags. Good girl. So she knows as I'm walking towards her, when I stop moving, that's her cue to stop moving. Crisscross and walk. Good girl. Another way you can ask them to back up is what I call a power walk. You know the women that get out on the street and do those crazy power walk moves with their arms? This is what I call the power walk. Moving your arms up and down, getting her to back away from that pressure. Move my arms. Good girl. Back her up in a circle. Good. Okay, another way you can get them to back up is off the steady pressure from the halter. So I'll yield her hindquarters to get her feet moving, and then I'll press on the halter, just light steady pressure to get her to back up. Do it again, yield her hindquarters, and then light steady pressure on the halter, gets her to back up. Good girl. That's an exercise I use in the trailer. When I'm trying to back a horse up out of the trailer, I can press down on the halter and then just back them up. Good girl. A lot of horses like to stiffen up when you go and use steady pressure to get them to give to that pressure. So teach them with this steady pressure that when you pick up on them, that's her cue to back up. Okay? Now also, we yielded her hind end, now we need to teach her to yield her front end. So that's my next exercise that I use to get control over her feet, and that's yielding her forequarters. So we can yield her hindquarters, move those hinds end around, then we can yield her forequarters. And if she gets stuck, I just keep asking her till she moves. Good girl. Yield your hindquarters. Then I can ask her to go the other way. Then yield your front end. All this groundwork is about is just getting control of my horse's feet. When I have control over their feet, I have their respect. And see how she's wanting to take a step back? She's not wanting to go forward. I want her to take a step there, across. Then I'm going to rub her because she was getting a little stuck. So when she steps back, I'll give her a little tap on her belly, getting her to come forward. There you go. Go forward. Good girl. Then I'll rub her. Go again. Move your front end. Go forward. Good girl. Okay. Now, next thing, so we can back them up. We can yield their hindquarters. We can yield their forequarters. Now we need to be able to teach them to go forward. So here's my lunging for respect. I point, give her direction, and then I'll use my stick to encourage her to go forward. And then I just like her to have just a nice little slow trot. She's licking her lips. Good girl. Ask her just to go forward, and then I'm going to ask her to stop and change directions and go the other way. To do that, I'll yield her hindquarters, so I'll look towards her hip, and I've let her, now, since I've gotten her respect, I let her come up to me. Just as the security thing for her, if she comes up to me, I rub her. Good girl, and then I back her away. And then we'll go the other way. So I'll lift my hand, give her direction. Good girl. So all I'm wanting is just for her to go forward and around. And sometimes with this groundwork, because they know it, they're kind of like, okay, I've been there, done that. They start to get a little bored with it. So I generally, when I do my groundwork, I'll take her outside and trot her over logs and ditches and stuff, and that just gives her something else to think about rather than just lunging her in the arena. And so sometimes she tends to get a little penny-eared when she's in here, but because she's come a long way as far as her being so hot and nervous that I really don't pay too much attention to it when I'm in here. Good girl, and then yield. Then go the other way. Sometimes she gives a little bit of an attitude. That's just the pony coming out of her. As long as she's moving her feet, I'm happy with her. Keep going, princess. And then yield. Go the other way. But this groundwork should act like a light switch. When you start taking control over her feet and doing the groundwork, changing directions with her, this should act as a light switch to her brain. So when you start asking her to move her feet, ding, the light bulb comes on and she automatically starts listening, paying attention to you. She gets respectful. She calms down. So this exercise here that I'm doing, I've changed it. Rather than yielding her hindquarters to change directions, I'm going to yield her forequarters. So I'll step and then go towards her front end to get her to turn and do a rollback over her hind end. Step. Good girl. Step. Keep going. Sometimes she thinks she's playing and she likes to get a little snooty. But I'll just keep going until she'll change directions without pinning her ears. Good girl. Then I'll go ahead and ask her to canter. Point, lift my hand, club to her. Good girl. She's been locked up in her stall this morning too, so she's a little frisky. And then yield her hindquarters. Then let's go the other way. Point, club to her. Good girl. Then yield. And it's not so much that I care that she goes around 5 circles at the canter. I'm concerned about the transition. Will she go forward? Will she go faster when I ask her to? And yield. When I first started the canter with her, you wouldn't think this little thing is very strong, but she drug me all over this arena. She does not want to canter. And now, she's hardly pulling. If she pulls a little bit going this direction to the left, she's a little bit stiffer going this way. But she's a lot better than what she was. Cart. coming. We're going to go over here. So when I'm doing my groundwork, I use my tarp down here too, just to give her something else to play with. Girl, yield. Go back over the tarp. Good girl. She loves her tarp. And then, to let her stop, I can throw the string over her, let her stand on the tarp, and I can desensitize her. So this is how I get them used to spooky objects like a tarp. I let them rest on the tarp. Get all 4 feet on the tarp. One more. There you go. Good girl. And then I'll desensitize her while she's standing there on the tarp. Good girl. Then we'll go the other way. Come over here to your tarp. Good girl. Step on it. Good. Good girl. Then desensitize her on this side. So remember, what you do on one side, you have to do on the other side.